From rubble to radios, the spark of innovation. Post-war Japan, 1946, bombed-out buildings, a nation on its knees. The war had left scars, both physical and emotional, on the landscape and its people. The streets were filled with rubble, and the air was thick with a sense of loss and uncertainty. Yet, amidst this desolation, there was a flicker of hope, a desire to rebuild and rise from the ashes. But in a small Tokyo shop, tucked away from the chaos, two men dared to dream. They were not just any men, they were visionaries with a burning passion to change the world. This shop was more than just a place of business. It was a sanctuary of ideas, a birthplace of innovation. Masaru Ibuka, an engineer with a keen eye for detail and a relentless drive for perfection, and Akio Morita, a physicist with a mind brimming with curiosity and a heart full of ambition. Together they formed an unlikely duo, bound by a shared vision and an unyielding determination. Their company? Tokyo Telecommunications Engineering Corporation. A name that might not roll off the tongue, but it was a start. They knew that the name was just a label. What mattered was the impact they would make. Their ambition? Massive. They wanted to rebuild Japan, not just physically but emotionally and spiritually. Catchy, right? Not so much. But their ambition? Massive. They envisioned a future where technology would bridge gaps, bring people together, and create a new era of prosperity. They were not just building a company, they were building a legacy. They wanted to rebuild Japan, one innovation at a time. Their first product? A rice cooker. It was a humble beginning, and it didn't work so well. The rice cooker was a failure, but it was a stepping stone. It taught them valuable lessons about perseverance, resilience, and the importance of never giving up. Their first product? A rice cooker. Didn't work so well, but failure didn't stop them. It fueled them. They looked around, saw a need. People craved news, connection, a distraction from the hardships. They realized that in the midst of rebuilding, people needed something more than just physical reconstruction. They needed hope, entertainment, and a sense of normalcy. But failure didn't stop them. It fueled them. They looked around, saw a need. People craved news, connection, a distraction from the hardships. They saw an opportunity to make a difference, to create something that would bring joy and comfort to people's lives. They knew that the road ahead would be challenging, but they were ready to face it head-on, a distraction from the hardships. Ibuka and Morita had an idea, a crazy one. Build a better radio, one that was small, affordable, and could go anywhere. The problem? Existing radios were bulky, expensive, unreliable, but they were undeterred. They believed in their vision and were willing to take risks to achieve it. Ibuka and Morita had an idea, a crazy one. Build a better radio, one that was small, affordable, and could go anywhere. The problem? Existing radios were bulky, expensive, unreliable. They knew that to succeed, they needed to think outside the box, to innovate and push the boundaries of what was possible. Expensive, unreliable. Ibuka and Morita needed a game changer. Enter the transistor. This tiny piece of tech was about to revolutionize the world. It was a breakthrough that would change the course of history. And they were at the forefront of this technological revolution. Ibuka and Morita needed a game changer. Enter the transistor. This tiny piece of tech was about to revolutionize the world. It was a game changer, a catalyst for innovation that would pave the way for countless advancements in technology. They saw the potential of the transistor and knew that it was the key to unlocking their dreams. This tiny piece of tech was about to revolutionize the world. It was the spark that ignited a fire of creativity and ingenuity. With the transistor, they could build a radio that was not only functional but also accessible to everyone. It was a bold vision, but they were determined to make it a reality. This tiny piece of tech was about to revolutionize the world, and Sony was about to lead the charge. They were not just creating a product, they were creating a movement that would inspire generations to come, a movement that would redefine what was possible. They were not just building a company, they were building a legacy. And Sony was about to lead the charge. With the transistor, they had the power to change the world. They were ready to take on the challenge, to push the boundaries of innovation, and to create a future where technology would bring people together and make the world a better place. This was the spark of innovation, and it was just the beginning. Transistor Dreams. A pocket full of sound changes everything. 1955. Sony releases the TR-55, Japan's first transistor radio. It's a hit. This small device, no bigger than a paperback book, revolutionized the way people experience sound. It was a marvel of engineering, a symbol of post-war innovation and resilience, small enough to fit in your pocket. This portability meant that music and news could now travel with you, wherever you went. It was a personal companion, a source of comfort and joy in a rapidly changing world, affordable enough for the average person. The TR-55 wasn't just a luxury for the wealthy, it was designed for everyone. This democratization of technology meant that families from all walks of life could enjoy the same access to information and entertainment. Suddenly, music, news, and entertainment were accessible to everyone. The transistor radio became a centerpiece in homes, a reason for families to gather and share moments. It brought the world closer, one broadcast at a time. Sony's radios weren't just gadgets, they were lifelines. In a time when the world was rebuilding, these radios provided a sense of normalcy and connection. They were a bridge to the outside world, a way to stay informed and entertained, connecting people in a nation desperate for hope. Post-war Japan was a place of recovery and rebuilding. The transistor radio played a crucial role in this process, offering a sense of unity and shared experience. It was more than just a device, it was a symbol of progress and possibility. But Ibuka and Morita weren't done. They had a vision that extended far beyond the TR-55. They saw the potential for the transistor to revolutionize not just radios, but all forms of electronic communication. They knew the transistor's potential was limitless. The team at Sony was driven by a relentless pursuit of innovation. They pushed boundaries, constantly seeking ways to make their products smaller, cheaper, and more powerful. They pushed their engineers further, smaller, cheaper, more powerful. This drive for perfection led to a series of groundbreaking products that would change the face of consumer electronics forever. Sony flooded the market with transistor radios. Each new model brought improvements and innovations that kept consumers coming back for more. The brand quickly gained a reputation for quality and reliability, each one more innovative than the last. The world took notice. Sony's commitment to excellence and innovation set it apart from its competitors. The company became synonymous with cutting-edge technology and forward-thinking design. Sony, once an unknown startup, was becoming a global brand. From humble beginnings, the company grew into a powerhouse of innovation, shaping the future of electronics and leaving an indelible mark on the world. Walkman revolution. Sony sets the world to music. 1979, the world changes again. Sony unleashes the Walkman, a device so revolutionary, it seems ripped from the future. For the first time, you could take your music anywhere, no more being tethered to your home stereo. Freedom. It was intoxicating. The Walkman became a cultural icon, a symbol of coolness, individuality, and a generation on the move. It dominated the market for decades. Imitators scrambled to keep up, but there was only one Walkman. Sony had created a product so perfect it transcended technology. It became a feeling. The PlayStation paradigm shift, conquering the digital playground, the 1990s. The digital revolution was in full swing. Personal computers were becoming household items, and the internet was starting to connect the world in ways previously unimaginable. Amidst this technological upheaval, entertainment was also evolving rapidly. Video games were gaining popularity, but the market was fragmented. Arcades were still a major draw, but home consoles were starting to make their mark. However, these early consoles were often limited in their capabilities and expensive to own. Expensive consoles, limited games. Gamers were frustrated with the high cost of entry and the lack of variety in game titles. Sony saw an opportunity to revolutionize the gaming industry by addressing these pain points. They bet big. 1994, the PlayStation arrived. It was a bold move for Sony, a company primarily known for its electronics and media devices. The unveiling of the PlayStation was met with excitement and curiosity. A sleek, powerful machine with a killer app CD-ROM technology. This allowed for larger, more complex games with better graphics and sound. The PlayStation's use of CD-ROMs was a game-changer, setting it apart from competitors still using cartridges. The result? Stunning graphics, immersive gameplay, and a vast library of titles. Gamers were blown away by the PlayStation's capabilities. It wasn't just about playing games, it was about experiencing them in a whole new way. The PlayStation wasn't just a console, it was a gateway to new worlds. It brought immersive gaming experiences into living rooms around the globe, transforming how people interacted with digital entertainment. It crushed the competition. Sony, once known for radios and cassette players, was now a gaming titan. The PlayStation's success redefined Sony's brand and established it as a major player in the gaming industry. They had conquered the living room, but their ambitions were even grander. Sony's vision extended beyond just gaming. They aimed to create a comprehensive entertainment ecosystem. The PlayStation was just the beginning of their journey to dominate the digital playground. Section 5. Beyond the Box, a Diversified Empire. Sony didn't just ride the wave of each technological boom, they surfed. From Trinitron TVs to Vio computers, they diversified. Always innovating, always pushing boundaries, they knew content was king. So they bought Columbia Pictures, becoming a Hollywood powerhouse. Music, they had Sony Music Entertainment, electronics, gaming, entertainment. Sony's empire had no limits, but success wasn't always guaranteed. The road was littered with failures. Betamax, mini discs, products ahead of their time, but Sony never stopped experimenting, never stopped taking risks, because they knew that true innovation meant embracing the unknown. Section 6. The Leaders Who Dared, Visionaries of the Rising Sun. Behind every great company are great leaders. Ibuka and Morita's legacy lived on. They instilled a culture of risk-taking, innovation, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Leaders like Norio Oga, the driving force behind the Walkman and PlayStation. He understood that technology was about more than just gadgets. It was about emotion, connection, enhancing people's lives. These leaders weren't afraid to challenge the status quo, to take risks, to trust their gut. They knew that to stay ahead you had to be bold. And Sony, under their guidance, became synonymous with boldness. Section 7. Sony Today, a legacy of innovation, a future of possibilities. Today, Sony is a global behemoth, a brand synonymous with quality, innovation, and cutting-edge technology. From the latest PlayStation consoles to mirrorless cameras and blockbuster movies, Sony continues to shape the way we experience the world. But they haven't rested on their laurels, they've embraced new markets, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, sustainable technologies. Sony is constantly evolving, always looking to the future. Section 8. Challenges on the horizon, staying ahead in a changing world. The tech world is a brutal landscape, competition is fierce, the pace of innovation is relentless. To stay on top, Sony must continue to adapt. They need to anticipate the next big thing, and they need to do it while staying true to their core values: innovation, quality, customer focus. The future is uncertain, but one thing is for sure: Sony will be there, shaping it, pushing boundaries, and continuing to amaze us. Section 9. The Enduring Spirit of Sony, a story still being written. Sony's story is a testament to the power of human ingenuity. From the ashes of war, they rose to become a global icon. Their journey is an inspiration, a reminder that with hard work, determination, and a willingness to dream big, anything is possible. Sony's story isn't over, it's still being written, and the next chapter promises to be just as exciting as the last.